In this class we are going to discuss some problems to find the number of solutions for the following, and we can find the number of solutions without solving algebraically but just by using the graph of those. Okay, first of all, look there, the first problem, sin x is equals to minus x square plus x minus 1. See, left side sin x is a trigonometric, right side minus x square plus x minus 1 is algebraic. So just our intention is to find the number of roots, number of solutions for it. Okay, so how to find the number of solutions for this, that's what we need to plan. To find the number of solutions for it, you just sketch the graph of this right side expression as well as sketch the graph of this left side expression. For that we need to know the graph of this right side quadratic expression as well as the graph of sin x. So if you are aware about the graph of sin x, then the situation is somewhat comfortable to analyze. Okay, so finding exact solutions may be somewhat complicated, but finding number of solutions is sometimes easy using the graphs. First of all, I am sketching the right side one, the quadratic. Just have a look. See, I am going to sketch the graph minus x square plus x minus 1. When you observe it, what is its discriminant? Discriminant is b square minus 4ac. Only think about the right side part, okay? Minus x square plus x minus 1. So when you think about its discriminant is b square minus 4ac, which is negative, and the coefficient of x square is also negative. For sure its graph is a downward parabola. Okay, so x-axis and this is y-axis side. For sure its graph is a downward parabola. So when you place x with 0, it passes through minus 1. When x is 0, it passes through minus 1, downward parabola, and it passes through minus 1. And when you search for the peak point, since it is a downward parabola, we know it has a maximum point. And what is the maximum point? At what value of x it will get maximum point? See, we know at x is equals to minus b by 2, usually quadratic expressions will get maximum point at minus b by 2a. See, when you think about it, what is minus b by 2a? So b is the coefficient of x, which is 1, and a is the coefficient of x square minus 1. Minus b by 2a means minus 1 by 2 into minus 1, which is 1 by 2, right? So just I am thinking, already we completed different ways of sketching the graphs. So simply I am saying it has no roots. If x is 0, it is intersecting, it passes through minus 1, and it has peak point at minus b by 2a, which is simply nothing but 1 by 2. At that 1 by 2, somewhere it will have peak. So at the end, when you sketch the graph, see, the graph will pass through like this. This will be the rough sketch of the graph. Y is equals to minus x square plus x minus 1. That's it. So there is the left side. And now we need to sketch the graph of the right side one, which is sin x. So I think you know the graph of sin x. Okay? Do you know it? Sin x values always are in between minus 1 and 1. See, if you are comfortable with trigonometry, then it is somewhat easy to sketch. Okay? Just this problem has sin x, the remaining problems are completely algebraic, no problem. See, sin x values are always in between minus 1. This is minus 1, and somewhere you will have 1. So when you imagine, see, the graph of sin x always lies in between minus 1 and 1. And to sketch the graph of sin x, what we need? We need to locate angles on the x-axis. You just treat it as 0 degrees and then pi by 2. What is pi by 2? Pi by 2, 3.14 by 2 is 1.57. After this one, you may get pi by 2. And after that pi by 2, somewhere you will have pi. Pi is 3.14. As a number, it is 3.14. As an angle, it is 180 degrees. I think you know. Okay. In this side direction, we have that minus pi by 2. Okay. Minus pi by 2 means how much? Minus 1.57 actually. And somewhere here we have minus pi. Okay. And if you wish to sketch, sin 0 degrees is 0. This is 1 point. Sin of pi by 2, sin 90 degrees is 1. So this is 1 point. Sin of 180 degrees is 0. So this is another point. So when you sketch the graph of sin x graph will pass through like this. It's actually wave curve, it moves on like that. Okay. When you are thinking about this direction, sine of minus pi by 2 is minus 1. So at minus pi by 2 somewhere you will have point here, and at minus pi it is 0. So the graph will goes on like this. Okay. Just look there, this is the graph, this is the sketch of sin x, is it right? And once you need to be careful at this point, minus pi by 2, minus 1.57. See, what is the value at this minus pi by 2? Whether it is, see, at minus pi by 2, sine value is minus 1. It is very clear. Okay, sine value is minus 1. But what is the value of this graph? Okay, at minus pi by 2, what is this value? That's what also you need to look at. If you look at it, it is somewhat comfortable. Okay, whether it is intersecting or not, you will get a clear idea. When you replace x with minus 1 by 2, what will happen? Minus of, see, pi by 2, right? Pi by 2 in the sense approximately 1.57 square plus 1.57 minus 1. When you simplify it, 1.57 minus 1 is what? 0.57. Okay, so this is minus, okay, right. So 1.57 square, and when you think about it, this is approximately minus 2.25 plus 0.5. That in the sense it is not minus 1, and at minus pi by 2 the graph value is nearer to minus 2. So surely these two never intersected here. So at the end when you sketch the graph, see the graph of sin x will goes on like this. This green color part is the graph of sin x. This black color part is the graph of this quadratic minus x square plus x minus 1. And these two graphs are never intersecting. Since they are never intersecting, at the end for this problem the number of solutions are 0. Okay, take different values in the place of x. Always left side is different from right side, and you are getting no solution for this. No, see, you are getting no value of x which makes equals to these two. Okay, and that's why no solution for the first problem. In the same way, when they ask us to discuss the number of solutions, we need to go with the graphs. Okay, have a look and then I will discuss the next one. Then the next problem, modulus of x square minus 5x plus 6 is equals to 2x plus 7. For this problem again, we need to find the number of solutions. No need to find the exact values. And to find the number of solutions, first of all, sketch the graph of this left side modulus of the quadratic and this right side 2x plus 7. Okay, 2x plus 7 is a linear. I think you all know 2x plus 7 is simply what? A linear expression. Okay, actually as this is given, okay, given modulus of x square minus 5x plus 6 is equals to 2x plus 7. These two are equal. You just take that these two are equals to some y if you say. Okay, if you say these two are equals to some y, then this it will become like this. Y is equals to modulus of x square minus 5x plus 6 and y is equals to 2x plus 7. So this is one graph and this is one graph. Okay, similar way of discussion is possible for the first one also. Okay, but I neglected there. This is one graph and that is one graph. So you need to sketch the graph of this one as well as the graph of that one. At the end, you need to identify the number of intersecting points of those two graphs. As the number of intersecting points, those many solutions will exist for this equation. Okay, see these two are equal in the sense there is one value of x at which these two are equal. At that x, you can find y and that y is same. So at that x and y, you will have an intersecting point which lies on both the graphs. And that's why finding number of solutions is simply nothing but finding intersecting points. Okay, just have a look. First of all, think about this graph of modulus of x square minus 5x plus 6. So further think about that x square minus 5x plus 6. For this x square minus 5x plus 6, the roots are 2 and 3. Okay, so 2 is one root somewhere and 3 is another root. As we know, at the midpoint of these two, we will have peak. And if you place x with 0, the graph passes through 6. So y is equals to modulus of x square minus 5x plus 6 is a quadratic graph and the graph will be like this. Okay, this is 3, you may say. It's a rough sketch actually. Okay, it's an upward parabola. And since modulus is involved, as we know, since modulus is involved, that modulus will make the negative values also into positive. That in the sense you need to flip this negative region into the positive region. So neglect this part and then flip in this such a way. So now this is the graph of modulus of x square minus 5x plus 6. We learnt all these things, right? There is the graph of this left side. Now think about the right side. Y is equals to 2x plus 7. For that you need to sketch. Okay, you know the graph of that y is equal to x plus 7 is a linear. When x is equals to 7, what is the value of y? When x is equals to 7, the value of y is 7. Okay, x0, right? When x is 0, y is 7. x0, y7 means this is one point on the straight line. And the next one, when y is 0, what is x? When y is 0, x is minus 7 by 2. Minus 7 by 2 is minus 3.5. Somewhere this is another point. Okay. When you sketch these two, okay, yeah. This is the line. This is the line. This is the line of y is equals to 2x plus 7. So since this is the line of y is equals to 2x plus 7, okay, yeah, this is one intersecting point. Actually it's a parabolic shape, right? Yeah, it will goes on like this. Yeah, this is one intersecting point, and when you extend this straight line, it goes on like that. When you extend this piece of the curve, it goes on like that. Those two may intersect at some other point. Okay, see, those two may intersect at some other point. For sure, it goes on like that. For sure, it goes on like that. See, there is a possibility, okay, but we are not sure about it. Okay, for surety, you just go in an algebraic way. But at least now we are confirmed that it has one solution, and this, see, as I said, this is minus 7 by 2, right? And that one solution is for sure in between minus 7 by 2 and 0. So this problem has for sure one solution, maybe the second one or not. It depends on the problem, and that's why we say that at least one solution. We are sure about one solution, right? And for the second solution we are not sure. As per the options we need to go. Okay? And from the graph to finding second solution is a bit complicated. So in such a case you need to go again, you need to try again in algebraic format. Okay? And if the option says that one solution is in the region of minus 7 by 2 to 0, okay, then that's a true statement. You need to choose that option for this problem. Right? Have a look. So this is the way of finding number of solutions for the given equations using graphs. Just have a look and I will discuss the next one. The next problem is mod x square plus 2 mod x minus 3 is equals to log x base 10. Mod x square plus 2 mod x minus 3 is equals to log x base 10. So as I mentioned you, this is simply nothing but two graphs. One is y is equals to mod x square plus 2 mod x minus 3. And the other one is y is equals to logarithm of x base 10. To find the number of solutions, we need to find the number of intersecting points for these two graphs. And finding number of intersecting points by sketching. So first of all, think about the quadratic expression. See, for the quadratic, already we know the way of sketching these type of graphs. See, if x positive, it is one graph. If x negative, it is another graph. And we need to sketch it. Yeah, just have a look. Whenever x is positive, this is x square plus 2x minus 3. X square plus 2x minus 3 means, okay, now what are the roots? If x positive, what will happen? If x negative, what will happen? Okay, I am writing here. If x is positive, this is x square plus 2x minus 3. If x is negative, and this is x square minus 2x minus 3. The first case, x square plus 2x minus 3. What are the roots? I can write it like this. X plus 3 into x minus 1. Okay. X plus 3 into x minus 1. So, one root is minus 3 and the other root is 1. X plus 3 into x minus 1. So, and I need to consider it only in the positive region. When x is 0, it meets at minus 3. And what to say about the peak point? Minus b by 2a. Minus b by 2a is minus 1. So, at minus 1, you will get the peak. So, when you sketch the graph of this, actually the graph is like this. But we need to consider this graph only in the positive region of x. So, you just neglect all the graph in the negative region. Okay? Since we are neglecting the graph in the negative region, you just erase it. So, only you will have that piece. That's it. Okay. and then think about that x square minus 2x minus 3. Now it is x minus 3 into x plus 1. So minus 1 is one root, 3 is another root, and it has peak at 1. So when you sketch the graph will be like this. Okay, it passes through the same minus 3. And we need to consider only in the negative region. Since we are considering it only in the negative region, again we need to neglect the graph in this positive region. Okay, already we discussed all these things in the previous classes. Okay, if anybody have confusion, just go and revise that previous class. Okay, so at the end, just this is okay. This is not exactly V shape. Okay, it may be like this. Okay, okay. So this is the graph of that y is equals to mod x square plus 2 mod x minus 3. Okay. Now we need to sketch the graph of log x base 10. I think you are familiar with log x base 10. Okay, at x0 there is no graph. Okay, at x is equals to 1, 0, so for sure the graph will pass through this point. Okay, right. At x is equals to 10, at x is equals to 10 somewhere the value is 1. Log 10 base 10 is 1, right? And as well as when you say at x is equals to 0 there is no such graph, and the graph passes through these points, so we need to sketch the graph in such a way, and the doubt is, see, we need to sketch the graph how it is passing through, whether it is coming outside of this right curve or out inside of that curve. That's what we need to check. For that you just go with any other value. I may say, for example, at 1 by 10, what is the value? See, the graph of that log x base 10 passes through this point, right? This is the graph. Okay, but here we need to observe carefully whether it is coming out of this curve or whether it is coming inside of this curve. That's what we need to check. For that you need to discuss, you need to analyze carefully with some more points. Okay, for suppose at 1 by 10 the value is minus 1, right? At 1 by 10 the value is minus 1. So this is the graphical point of log x at 1 by 10. But at 1 by 10, what you say about its value? At 1 by 10, if you say 1 by 10 in the sense 1 by 100, 1 by 10 in the sense 2 by 10 minus 3. You just try to simplify it, 20 by 100 and 300 by 100. When you simplify it, 21 minus 300, 21 minus 300 is 289, okay, or 279 divided by 100. 279 by 100 means minus 2.79. So log x will pass through this point, whereas our curve is at this point. Okay, minus 2.79 means approximately at this. That in the sense, for sure the graph will pass through this point, and that's why at the end I will conclude that the graph of log x is in such a way. Okay, all these are just rough sketches. Okay, and which clearly indicates that this is one solution, and somewhere not this 2.79, but somewhere the graph is again intersecting the curve. The log x is again intersecting the quadratic. Okay, if you zoom it, if you observe carefully, okay, you will decide that this equation has two solutions. Okay, it is somewhat bit complicated to find the values of x, to find those two solutions, but it is easy to say that this equation has two solutions just by sketching the graph. I think it is very clear. First of all, sketch the left side one. If you have any difficulty in sketching the left side one, just revise the previous classes. And sketching log x base 10 is very easy. Okay, so in this part there is no solution, and at 1 exactly one solution, but in this in between 0 and 1 we need to check how the graph is passing, whether it is going outside of this black color line or it is going inside of this black color line. To check it, I am just taking the number 1 by 10. At 1 by 10 the log value is minus 1, but at 1 by 10 the black color value is somewhat lesser. That in the sense which indicates that the green color graph of log x for sure passing inside of this. Since it is passing inside, it intersects the black color line at least at some point here, and that indicates that there is one solution here again. So 1 and 2 totally it has two solutions. Okay, just think about it and I will discuss the next one. Next one, modulus of mod x square plus mod x minus 10 is equals to x square plus 1. Okay, so both side quadratic. So as I mentioned you, we need to sketch the graph of y is equals to modulus of mod x square plus mod x minus 20, as well as y is equals to x square plus x plus 1. Two graphs we need to sketch. First of all, think about this modulus of mod x square plus mod x minus 10, and for that you just sketch the graph of this inner one. What is that? Mod x square plus mod x minus 10. Okay, so to sketch this inner one first, mod x square plus mod x minus 10, again we need to think about x positive and x negative. Okay, x positive. Okay, if you feel any difficulty in sketching these graphs, you just revise the previous classes as I mentioned. If x is positive, this is x square plus x minus 20. So for x square plus x minus 20, the roots are what? This I can write it as x plus 5 into x minus 4. So minus 5 is one root and 4 is another root. And when you check the peak point at minus 1 by 2, okay, at somewhere minus 1 by 2 you will have peak. When you replace x with 0, you will get minus 20. Right. When you replace x with 0, the value is minus 20. Okay. So the graph for sure passes through these two roots, as well as at minus 20 it is passing at minus 1 by 2, it has peak. So which all indicates that usually the graph may be like this. But we need the graph only in the positive region, not in the negative region. So that's why you just neglect everything. Okay. Similarly, if x less than 0, then this inner one will become what? Yeah, x square minus x minus 20. Then in this case I will write x minus 5 into x plus 4. Okay, so 5 is one solution, minus 4 is another solution, and it has peak at 1 by 2, and again x at x0 it is passing through minus 20. After sketching, you need to neglect the graph in the positive region, so for sure it will be like this. Okay, so this is the graph of this inner one actually, mod x square plus mod x minus 20. But when you say modulus of the inner one, so to give modulus for that, what we need to do? To give modulus for that, you need to flip this negative region to the positive region. So somewhere you will have 20 here. Since we are taking modulus for this inner bracket, you need to retrace this negative region part to the positive part like this. And at the end, you need to neglect all this. So this is the graph of this y is equals to mod x square mod x minus 20. Okay. See, the way of sketching all these things we discussed in the previous classes. And now think about that y is equals to x square plus x plus 1. It's an upward parabola, no roots, x0, it passes through 1. If x0, it passes through 1. Okay. Right. Where it have peak point? It has peak point at minus 1 by 2. So at minus 1 by 2 it has peak point. So it is an upward parabola. At minus 1 by 2 it has peak. Since it is passing through minus 1, maybe the graph will be like this. Okay. Yeah. So when you think about it, for sure it has two solutions. Is it right? For sure it has how many solutions? Two solutions. Okay. And we need to search whether these two are intersecting or not at any point. Okay. But it has at least two solutions, but we don't know whether these two are intersecting or not. So that's why we say that this equation has minimum two solutions. Okay. More than two solutions may will happen. We need to search whether they are intersecting or not, and according to the options we need to choose the correct one. Okay. That's the discussion. That's the way of finding the number of solutions using graphs. Have a look.